in every one of our own individual pursuits of potential is exactly what makes us who we are. There's nothing you can do in this life that will help create the version of you that you want to be, or that you should be, or that you desire to be, without taking steps forward, without learning more about yourself, right? And you can't just learn it out of a book. Don't get me wrong, you should definitely read. You should definitely absorb good information from that is which is out there. But figuring out how you are and your process, what it looks like, you'll only know that by moving forward in your potential, chasing after it, getting after who it is that you should and want to be. And it doesn't have to be all at once, right? It's just one step at a time, man. It's just one step at a time to get closer to that goal, to be more of who it is that you know you can be. But what happens? Well, we fall into the trap of mediocrity. You see, we were born as these infinite beings, children. Our imagination soars as soon as we begin to understand how to think about life, right? From a very young age. My daughter's 2.5, almost 3 years old. And 6 months ago, she started having more dreams, right? She started having more of these ideas that I have no idea what they look like. She doesn't even know what they are. They're coming to creation in her mind while she's sleeping, right? And then, of course, she's imaginative while she's awake as well, where she's creating situations where she can have more fun, where she can do different things. And it's amazing to watch. And all kids have that. But some kids lose it earlier on than others. And it's, very disappointing to see, but it's what happens. It happens to most of us. Why is that? Well, we start to grow up. Now, don't get me wrong. We got to grow up. But when our parents are just trying to survive, or they are too stuck in their own issues to really fully nurture us and our ability to be imaginative, those are the situations that bolster most kids' imaginations and creativity from a young age, right? Because it's not an easy thing. A lot of people are stuck in survival. How can you support the imagination and creativity of a child when you're just trying to survive, right? Well, you better figure it out, or you're going to scar your child. You're going to scar your child and how they feel about the world. But it's what happens most of the time anyway. Good news is that you can always figure it out if it did happen to you. But most of the time what happens anyway is that if our parents don't do it, school does it. Or some other family member does it. Or a job does it. Or someone in our life puts a halt on our creativity and our ability to think outside of the box, because they judge us, or they push out their own negative projection of themselves onto us whenever we are being creative, being imaginative, thinking outside of the box. You see, what happens is we go through life, and as we become more, the matrix becomes more and more ingrained into who we are as individuals, the more we forget about who we could be. And the more we build this box around ourselves and around our life that says, hey, you are this, that's it. Nothing else, nothing more. You remember this time when you tried to do all that and it didn't work? You remember when she said that and it really hurt your feelings? You remember when it just didn't work? Well, guess what? That's still what's going to happen. You're still a loser. You're still unable to create more for your life. And we're the only ones who keep that belief, right? We go through our outside environments and situations and develop these beliefs, but then they become internal. It is a part of us. Don't falter in that and thinking. It is a part of us that holds these beliefs to be true. In psychology, there is an effect known as the spotlight effect, where you believe everybody's thinking about you. I believe it's probably, if you look at the statistics, it's worse than ever nowadays due to social media, right? We think everybody is thinking of us in some sort of way. Well, that's just not the case. Most people are just doing their own thing, going about life in the way that they want to do. And maybe for a split second they think about us, and maybe they judge us. Well, probably don't though, right? But if they do judge us, who fucking cares? The reason they're judging us is because something negative inside of them, right? All this stuff starts to come full circle when you really get outside of it. Okay? You really start to view it from the outside, from 10,000 feet. You take your emotions out of it, and you're able to look at it subjectively and say, hey, why does this happen? Why did I feel like this? Why did that person act that way? And then you can trace it down. Well, yeah, she's in this situation, which causes that, which causes that. Right? So do not allow the matrix, the narrative, the ongoing battle of spirits to hold you down and control your life. You are the one in control. You are the one who can make a difference in your life and control your reality. And this goes on all realms. If you are religious, if you're not religious, right? I believe it all plays into some similar ideas. If you're Christian and God is your deity, well, be thankful. Always be thankful for whatever you have. Always, and part of being thankful is taking action, by the way. So always be taking action, always be thankful, and ask God for more. Ask God for more for your life so you can have more. And believe you can. Right? Tons of Bible scriptures on that. If you're non-religious, well, ask the universe. Ask the essence of life created. Understand that you have this potential and you can go after what it is you want. And the only person that can do that is you. Begin to look at people who created that life for themselves and see how they did it. So you can model it, right? Success leaves clues. Just get after it, man. And any other religious concept, it's all the same. It's all very similar in certain ways. You can have whatever it is you want in this life. Now, the way you go about it, well, that's entirely up to you. And there's 100 ways to skin a cat. But a lot of them play into the same basic principles. Consistency, determination, hard work, knowing what it is, knowing your intent, seeing it, feeling it, being it. It's beautiful, man. It's really beautiful. But you have to take the blinders off to be able to see it. Because if you don't, well, it looks terrible. It's terrifying. Everything is so enclosed. And it's not a good place to be.